Hello, and welcome to Singular Skyforge, the channel where we explore the cutting edge of military technology, from the silent hunters of the sky to the rockets that dare to touch the void of space. Today we are diving deep into a shadow war that has violently erupted into the light. We're analyzing a military operation of staggering complexity and consequence, an aerial assault that stretches the very limits of modern air power. This is the story of Operation Rising Lion, Israel's massive multi-wave attack on the heart of Iran's most secret military and nuclear facilities. The objective was nothing less than to cripple Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons and to dismantle its drone and missile production capabilities. At 3 a.m. on June 13th, in the dead of night, a vast armada of Israeli aircraft thundered into the sky. Sources indicate a force of around 200 jets, a symphony of air power with the F-35 Adirs and the F-15 Eagle as its lead soloists. Their journey was a perilous one, covering a staggering 1,600 kilometers of hostile or monitored airspace to reach their targets deep inside Iran. Over a grueling 4-hour period, this force conducted 5 separate waves of attacks. They struck over 100 distinct targets, delivering a payload of approximately 350 precision-guided bombs and missiles. This operation would have been impossible without a critical, yet often overlooked asset, the Ream aerial tankers. These modified Boeing 707s are the lifeline of the Israeli Air Force's long-range missions, meeting the thirsty fighters in the dark sky to give them the fuel needed to strike deep and return home. The choice of weaponry was deliberate and tailored to each target. Leading the charge was the F-35I Adirs, Israel's unique variant of the world's most advanced stealth fighter. The Adirs is packed with Israeli-developed electronic warfare systems and advanced radar, making it a ghost that can see everything. Its primary role in this first wave was to be the scalpel, surgically removing Iran's eyes and ears. The F-35s flew ahead, their internal weapons bays carrying munitions designed to hunt and destroy surface-to-air missile batteries and radar installations, punching a safe corridor for the heavier bombers to follow. It's important to note that the largest bunker-busting bombs are too big for the F-35's internal bays, which limited its role in attacking the most hardened underground facilities. That job fell to the sledgehammer of the force, the F-15. These legendary Eagles carried the heavy munitions. Bombs like the Blu-109, a 2,000-pound hardened penetration weapon, and the formidable GBU-28, a 5,000-pound laser-guided bunker buster, were unleashed on Iran's buried secrets. And for context, the ultimate bunker buster, the GBU-57, a monstrous 30,000-pound bomb, remains exclusively in the arsenal of the United States. The U.S. did not participate in this attack, so the GBU-57 was not on the table. Backing up the main effort were the versatile F-16 Sufa jets, conducting a wide range of attacks on various military sites. This was a coordinated, multi-layered assault designed to overwhelm, confuse, and shatter Iran's defenses. The primary targets of this immense operation were two names that have been at the center of international concern for years: Natanz and Fordow. These are the two pillars of Iran's nuclear program. Natanz is the sprawling industrial heart of the program. Buried under 50 meters of earth and concrete, it's a massive complex capable of housing up to 50,000 centrifuges for enriching uranium. According to assessments, the attack on Natanz was a resounding success. Multiple, heavy ordnance strikes reportedly caused catastrophic damage to the underground halls, effectively halting enrichment activities at the site and setting the program back significantly. Fordow, however, is a different beast entirely. It is a smaller, more specialized facility, but it is buried more than 100 meters deep inside a mountain. Fordow is where Iran has conducted its most sensitive work, perfecting the enrichment of uranium to higher purities. Due to its extreme depth, it is considered virtually immune to attack by anything short of the American GBU-57. As expected, the Israeli assault on Fordow appears to have failed to destroy the main enrichment facility. But the Israeli operation was not limited to dropping bombs on nuclear sites. Reports suggest that Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency, orchestrated acts of sabotage on the ground, disrupting Air Defense Command and Control just as the jets arrived. Simultaneously, a wave of suicide drones was launched. These served a dual purpose: first, as reconnaissance to provide real-time targeting data, and second, to bait Iran's air defense systems into revealing their positions, allowing the F-35s to eliminate them. The strikes also inflicted massive damage on Iran's conventional military power. Drone and missile bases, along with the factories that produce them, were hit hard across the country. In a more shadowy aspect of the operation, there are reports that key figures, including nuclear weapons developers and high-ranking military commanders, were killed in the chaos of the attacks. This multi-pronged strategy aimed not just to damage infrastructure, but to decapitate the leadership and knowledge base of Iran's weapons programs. Iran claimed to have shot down 2 F-35s, but Israel insists its jets suffered no losses. The footage Iran released to support its claim turned out to be spliced from old movie scenes, casting serious doubt on their narrative. This stands in stark contrast to other recent air engagements we have seen around the world, where even Rafales have proven vulnerable when flying into sophisticated, integrated air defense networks. The success of Operation Rising Lion is perhaps the most powerful real-world demonstration of the importance of fifth-generation stealth technology. The F-35's ability to operate inside a dense threat environment, neutralize enemy radar, and create a safe path for other aircraft fundamentally changed the calculus of the battle. The F-35 pilots knew where the threats were long before the threats knew they were there. They could see the entire battle space, share data seamlessly with the F-15S and F-16S, and orchestrate the attack with a level of precision that was simply impossible a generation ago. This raid emphasized that in modern warfare, it's not enough to have a powerful jet. You have to control the electromagnetic spectrum. So, what was Iran's military able to do in response? The answer is tragically little. Iran's air force is largely a museum of aging, legacy aircraft. Its most capable fighters are the American-made F-14 Tomcats and F-5 Tigers, dating back to before the 1979 revolution. While they also operate some Russian fighters, their fleet is technologically outmatched and suffers from decades of sanctions, making maintenance and spare parts a constant struggle. It is a diverse mix of Russian, Chinese, and domestically produced missiles, layered to provide defense in depth. They have a large quantity of systems ready to fire. However, the technology is largely a generation or more behind. They struggled immensely to detect, track, and engage the low observable profile of the F-35. The Israeli electronic warfare attacks likely blinded and confused what systems could get a faint track, rendering them ineffective. The most devastating outcome for Tehran is that this single raid has likely inflicted a crippling blow on its primary means of projecting power. With its missile and drone factories now in ruins, Iran's ability to launch a significant counterattack in the near future is severely hampered. This is critical because Iran's strategic power does not come from its conventional air force. It comes from its massive arsenal of ballistic missiles. The most threatening of these are the Khorramshahr, Sajil, and Shahab-3 missiles. With an estimated inventory of 2,000 or more ballistic missiles, this force represents Iran's crown jewels, its primary tool of deterrence and attack. In retaliation for the airstrikes, Iran launched around 200 missiles, injuring 30 people, including civilians, with some in critical condition. If Israel can neutralize these missiles, Iran's offensive options would be almost non-existent. If that production capability is now severely degraded, Iran has lost its most effective weapon. It has been, in many ways, disarmed. This brings us to the terrifying question: what happens now? Israel has demonstrated an incredible capability to strike at will, deep inside Iranian territory, against its most valuable assets. Iran, humiliated and wounded, must now decide how to respond. The immediate threat from its nuclear program may have been delayed, but the danger of a full-scale conflict has never been higher. The pieces are set on a chessboard of immense stakes, and the next move could change the world. Thank you for joining us on Singular Skyforge. If you want to continue exploring the technologies and strategies that are shaping our world, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Until next time.